What's up, gamers? It's that time of the week again. Yep, that time to catch up on all the hottest news in the gaming and geek worlds, brought to you by NAG. So close those spreadsheets, down that coffee, and let's dive in head first. Don't forget that the Joburg leg for Comic-Con Africa kicks off next week Thursday. If you're in town and looking to do things extra geeky next weekend, then this is probably your best bet. With tons of cosplayers out in their full gear, markets to shop at, collectibles to collect, and famous guests from different geekospheres, there's more than enough to get your fill. Alongside Joe Manganiello and the hulking Lou Ferrigno, the next most famous people to be there will be NAG Magazine. Be sure to catch our stand at Comic-Con next week and we'll fill you in on all things gaming. Maybe even convince you to buy a magazine or two.
If you've been as busy as we have this week, then the chances are you missed out on some of the hottest and most exciting news to come out of the world of gaming, which is where we come in. Starting off strong, solo players can now definitively prove that they need no other players to be a hero by facing the strongest and hardest boss in World of Warcraft solo. And then, Dead Rising decided to channel its inner zombie by rising up from the dead with its deluxe remaster. This remaster polishes all those rough edges while still keeping the absolute spirit that fans have come to love. And speaking about games seemingly just rising from the dead, Freedom Wars, an absolute gem from PS Vita, is finally breaking free from its handheld prison by coming to PC and PlayStation 5. And really, what would a week of gaming news be without some good rumors to keep things interesting? This week was all about a rather promising leak for the Nintendo Switch 2 that shows push-clip Joy-Cons, a much larger screen, and an extra USB-C port. We also got a few of our first official details for the brand new upcoming Battlefield game that promises all of the chaos and carnage that players have come to love, but in a modern time setting. And then to wrap things up, EA announced that The Sims 5 will not be a thing in the way that players expect. Instead, EA is working on a system where players will not have to restart and lose all of their progress with each new iteration of the game. If you want to read the full stories on anything I've mentioned, alongside a whole bunch of other content, remember to head on over to www.nag.co.za, where all of that content lives. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the time where I talk about a game that has been keeping me up at night. And this week, it is none other than Thank Goodness You're Here. If I had to pick a game that perfectly represents the type of humor that I grew up around, thanks Dad, it would be Thank Goodness You're Here. It is like stepping into a Monty Python skit with a side of British charm and a bunch of chaos sprinkles. You play as a traveling salesman who is trying to do anything that makes sense in a town that seems to have collectively lost its marbles. The art style feels like it was doodled at the back of a high school notebook, and the humor is absolute pure gold. One of the best parts of Thank Goodness You're Here is that the game never takes itself seriously, and neither should you. It's quirky, it's weird, and you will laugh more than you should at how utterly bonkers everything is. Overall, Thank Goodness You're Here has a storybook-like simplicity that you'll be hard-pressed to find elsewhere, and even harder pressed to see done well. This game is a comedic gem, one that shines with wit and charm, and if you're in the mood for something that is just silly and fun, Thank Goodness You're Here is the game for you.
And there you have it, the end of another work week with the perfect weather to stay indoors and game all weekend long. Be sure to catch us at Comic-Con next week, starting off on Thursday morning and ending on Sunday afternoon. Can't wait to see you there. Game on, geek out.